Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Ah, welcome to BWTM Sports. If you haven't subscribed already, please do hit the subscribe button. This is a special series dedicated to the Anthony Joshua Andrew Ruiz rematch. If you check on the playlist, you'll see my thoughts so far on this highly anticipated heavyweight rematch. The rematch, it seems to be the main focus of this rematch seems to be all about weight. Hi Hamza, how you doing? Seems to be all about weight. Oh, well, Joshua was too big for the first fight. Oh, Andrew Ruiz, he's too fat. Oh, Andrew Ruiz is a fat guy. Oh, look how big and muscular Anthony Joshua is. So for those people that think that big muscles win fights, I still think that, well, you saw where big muscles got Anthony Joshua in his first fight. So, see, let's break this down to two guys. Let's talk about the Andrew Ruiz story first, which I told you about before the fight. And I told you that Andrew Ruiz stopped boxing and was training with Abel Sanchez. And Abel Sanchez, in one of our interviews, said and revealed that Andrew Ruiz stopped boxing because he was fed up of people body shaming him and talking about his fat, talking about how big he is and how fat he is and how overweight he is and how unprofessional Andrew Ruiz looked. And Andrew Ruiz was very upset by this and he quit boxing and he decided to go away from boxing and join his father on the construction site. Good evening, Eve. Hope that you are well. Yes, it's a very interesting title. We are talking about Andrew Ruiz and Anthony Joshua joining the Weight Watchers program, which they basically both have. So we're talking about the Andrew Ruiz story and about his weight, and how he left boxing not because he didn't have good boxing ability, but because of the idiots within boxing. Good evening, Denise, and the people who lack knowledge about the sport of boxing. That Andrew Ruiz's weight was the reason as to why he's not as good a boxer as he should be. Now, to me, coming to the fight against Joshua, who was an unbeaten fighter, he beat Joseph Parker. The only thing that saved Joseph Parker in that fight was Joseph Parker was in his hometown. And I told Joseph Parker that to his face when I saw him in London. You could check that interview out as well with myself and Joseph Parker. And that was a while back. Now, Ruiz and the media are always talking about Andrew Ruiz and his weight and his body and his weight and his body and his body shape and his weight. These are the same people that are going to turn around in the same breath and talk to you about mental health and tell you about mental health and tell you, oh yeah, mental health, get help. If you've got a problem, get help. You're the same people pushing the same narrative about Andrew Ruiz and his weight. And you're telling me that doesn't cause a person mental issues. That person doesn't feel internally self-hate because of the way his body looks or his body shape. Yet there have been many heavyweight champions in history that have not been body beautiful. Now, Andrew Ruiz's weight has been an issue for the viewing public who don't know boxing. But for those who know Andrew Ruiz and see what Andrew Ruiz has done with the weight that he had or has on him, he's been very good. Fast hands, good chin, good power, able to close the range down and able to do what's necessary, even with the weight on him. I've never seen Andrew Ruiz put in a bad performance. I've seen Andrew Ruiz always determined. Andrew Ruiz always going for the knockout, always throwing his fast hands, and no excuses for Andrew Ruiz. Let's go to the other guy, Anthony Joshua. Now, Anthony Joshua, when he started his career, was not as big as he is now. Okay? Andy Ruiz won the fight not because of his weight, but because of his boxing skill, his IQ, his heart, his chin, and his boxing ability. That is why Andy Ruiz beat Anthony Joshua. I broke the fight down. I told you exactly. Andy Ruiz is the type of guy that when you trade, he will trade with you. And unfortunately for Anthony Joshua, he looks big, but he is not a traditional stand-up jab and move boxer. He's a guy that's going to come forward and he's going to attack. Joshua's favorite fighter is Mike Tyson. Therefore, his style is always about coming forward, looking for the knockout, And Joshua, he's best when he's behind the jab and boxing. But Joshua can't do that. Anthony Joshua has to come out and fight. You watch his fights, does the same thing over and over again. He did it in the Dillian Whyte fight. He did it in the Klitschko fight. He did it in the Povetkin fight. He did it in the Takam fight. He's always going to try and blast the guy out of there. That is Joshua's mindset. And I said, if Joshua engages with Andy Ruiz, Ruiz has got the faster hands, his shorter punches, will get inside and he'll land that left hook, right hand combination, and Joshua will fall to pieces. No amount of big muscles and stopped Joshua falling over. Those big muscles didn't stop him falling over when he fought Klitschko. He got dropped the same way we got dropped by Dillian Whyte in the amateurs as well. There's rumors of him being knocked out in sparring on several occasions. So this narrative that somehow that if Joshua loses weight, he will be a better boxer is absolute garbage. You be a better boxer by working on your boxing skills. Okay? Now the problem is Joshua's got a certain mindset and a certain way. So where he may try and stand and dance around the ring for a few minutes, it ain't gonna last long because of the mindset. Seek and destroy. You already have a guy that has a problem fighting away from home, right? What he showed in his fight against Andy Ruiz in the first fight is that he was nervous disposition against a guy who wasn't intimidated by him, by a guy that's going to come to hit him back, and the guy that's come to win the titles. Okay, that was Andy Ruiz, and the guy that wanted to prove a point. When you watch AJ in his fights against guys who hit him back, if you watch carefully, I broke this down. Go back and watch fights where against Parker and against Takam, where he looked to the referee at times and during the fight, where he was distressed. When I think when he got his nose, he got hit on the nose, and then when Parker was actually trying to rush him, and the ref was getting in and breaking up the action. Look at Joshua when somebody's fighting him and throwing punches back at him, as opposed to Joshua when he knows he can win a fight. Watch the different body language. When Joshua gets hit, what's his natural inclination? That's his natural inclination. When AJ gets hit, he does this. That's curl up. That's a bully boy thing, right? So you get hit, you're curling up. Watch the fight again. Go back and watch the fight. As soon as Ruiz starts putting punches in, he's curling up like a ball. Can't see the punches going. So it's a mental thing. It's a mentality thing. And you sparring with amateurs is not going to solve the problem. You're a professional, you're going to spar with amateurs. You're a professional, you're going to spar with amateurs. Surely, if you are a professional, you're going to spar with other professionals. So, okay, let's break it down for these people that say, well, Joshua should lose weight. Think about it for a second. Use your brain. Just think about it for a second. If he loses weight, he's lighter. If he fell over, if he went over so easily by Ruiz's punches and he had that weight on him, imagine if he was lighter. That means he'd fall over even easier. He'd fall over even easier. And when he's grabbing and holding and leaning on Ruiz, leaning on Ruiz to catch a breather, can't do that now because he's going to be easy to get thrown off. And he's not physically that strong up close anyway, Anthony Joshua. So it's not good. Losing weight like that is not going to help Anthony Joshua. It's not. Big muscles, the same big muscles that you've been hyping up about and talking about, oh, big masters, he looks great. He's an Adonis of a man. So you're now taking that Adonis away from him. So that intimidating figure that he had, you're slimming him down. To me, that's a sign of weakness, because you're telling Ruiz's team, if I'm looking at it and breaking this down, if I was managing Ruiz while he's training, and say Joshua's losing weight, so he's going to try and come in faster, but he's not got he won't have faster hand speed than you. 1, 2. So he's coming in lighter. So you're going to come in lighter, and he's going to go and box in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, of course that's going to work. Sure, that's going to work. So what's the strategy you're going to jab and move and box? Well, if you box in the same way against Joseph Parker, Andrew Ruiz ain't Joseph Parker. And you got to remember, you lose weight. See this? This as well. Your durability is less. It's not as good. So that same rule now applies to Andrew Ruiz. Yes, he's coming down to lose weight. He'll be faster. He'll be quicker. He's fast hands anyway. But there's a problem in that itself. He's faster. He might be able to shift. Remember I said before, when the breakdown in my fight, for the fight for Andrew Ruiz, Anthony Joshua, I said, all Ruiz has to do against Joshua is move his head. Move his head. Just that. Just what you have to do is move your head. Move your head. Move your head. He jabs, move your head. You disrupt the rhythm. Move the head. Move the head. Move the head. Slip, slip, slip. And that's all he had to do. Slip, slip, slip. Make your space and slowly move inside. And as you start to back Joshua up, he doesn't know what to do. So suddenly, between the last fight and this fight, he's going to learn he's going to learn how to fight on the back foot. Really? The boxing doesn't work like that. That's years you learn to do that stuff. Not in quick fix. Quick fix don't work. You don't go down to quick fix and get that done. That's years. That's a boxing science. That's a boxing science. So Ruiz will be faster coming in, and he'll be better prepared than he was the last time. Joshua had a full camp. So Joshua's got some problems here. He's got some serious problems because, so they're both going to Weight Watchers. I believe Andy Ruiz is going to Weight Watchers because of what the shaming and him losing weight and being fat and all the press saying, oh, he should lose weight, he should lose weight. But they're not giving Andy Ruiz the credit for being a 30 fight professional. He's an experienced fighter. Andy Ruiz is an experienced fighter. Learned his trade the right way. Didn't learn on the job. Learned his trade the right way. And when his time was right, took the opportunity to become a heavyweight champion of the world with 5 weeks notice. So all this stuff about losing weight, who will it benefit more? I believe it benefits Andy Ruiz more because Andy Ruiz can actually box, and it wasn't his boxing, it wasn't his weight that was a problem for him. I thought his weight was a benefit to him because when he got hit with the right hand, he got cracked. He went down, he got back up. I'm not sure if he gets cracked with that same right hand again, he goes down, he gets up the same way because he had the extra weight on him. Both guys, it's a question mark as to how they will both perform at lower weights. But I don't believe you can change the difference. I don't think you can change much in you can't change your anatomy, that's for sure. So if you can't take a punch, you can't take a punch. If you're a bully boy by nature, you know what happens to bullies. They don't like getting hit back. If you're a bully boy by nature and you're a person by nature that likes everything your way and doing things your way, then there's going to be a problem. Okay? I don't know what Joshua's doing in his training camp, but I tell you something now. If he's using amateurs to prepare himself for professionals, for me, you got a problem. If I were you, if I were Anthony Joshua, you see, and there's another thing. The mental scarring and the physical scarring of the first fight with Ruiz is still going to be on Anthony Joshua. It's going to be there. Good evening, Samuel. It is going to be there. Every time he gets hit on the chin, that reminder of that Ruiz fight is there. It's there. You know, Joseph Parker is not Andy Ruiz. Oh, well, if you box like against Joseph Parker, no. Remember, the fight's not in England, right? And there's another factor: the heat, Saudi Arabia. I don't know if. See, for me, I go back to AJ's amateur pedigree and his amateur background. Let's go back there to the Nista fight. Let's go back to the Nista fight. That's why I was able to predict the first fight between Ruiz and Joshua so confidently. Let's go back to the amateur days. He didn't know how to deal with being backed up. He didn't know how to deal with being backed up. Joey DeWaco knocking him out in sparring. Come on. Lawrence Okoli knocking him out in sparring. David Price knocking him out in sparring. Why are all these guys knocking Joshua out in sparring? That's the question. Hey, smash the like button while you're in the room, please. You're all in the room. Smash that damn like button. You're in the room. Smash it. Come on. So I don't even know if it's a training issue with Anthony Joshua, but I'm doing this video because it seems to me I'm not hearing a lot of technical stuff going on here. I'm hearing people talk about weight, and it's always a bad sign when you're hearing about a person's weight more than actually their boxing ability. I believe that AJ mentally checks out. I believe he mentally checks out. I said to you all, when he left the UK to fight in America, a ring is not a ring for people like AJ. Not for people like, who's the other guy that you never used to travel well abroad? Clinton Woods, another guy, great boxing at home, but when they went away, they couldn't box the same way. Do you understand? So mental. You know, you're going back in the ring against a guy that's whooped your ass, and you've got to try and win that rematch. So that mentality is there. And do you know how that mentality comes about? I'll tell you how that mentality comes about. I'll tell you how that mentality comes back. And I quoted about David Price as well. When you go out there and you're just knocking blows over, knocking on, boom, they're just going over, boom, they're going over, boom, they're going over, boom, they're going over. That is great. Until someone hits you back. And then it's a different situation. Because now you're getting buzzed. Now you're getting buzzed. Now you're getting hurt. Now your legs are wobbling. Now you have to think a little bit more. Because you just can't run in there and boom, boom, for a combination, knock a guy over. Joshua's used to that, like a robot. Doop, doop, boop, he drops over. If you're uncomfortable in America, you think you're going to be more comfortable in Saudi Arabia? No. So you're ready. This guy's faster than you. He's got faster hands than you. And your mentality, your mindset is, he's just, real mindset is, that fat boy knocked me out. I'll bust up that fat boy in the rematch. Mindset. And this stupid media who's turning saying, oh, Andy Ruiz is just fat. Yeah, Andy Ruiz is a damn good fighter. He's a damn good fighter. He's always been a damn good fighter. He's always had damn good fast hands. He's always been a puncher. Always been a puncher. So I don't think those comments made about Andy Ruiz, and 9 times out of 10, I'd be Andy Ruiz. You've got in that mindset there. You got that mindset there. Instead of you saying, you know what, this dude's dangerous. This guy's like a kryptonite for me. This guy's a kryptonite. If I'd seen that fight and somebody said, would you fight Andy Ruiz? I said, no way, no chance. Swerve Andy Ruiz. Keep away from Andy Ruiz. I'd even say keep away from Jarrell Miller. Why? Because these are guys that get up close and they brawl. and you like to brawl, you're going to get clipped in between. So, military mindset. Well, I think he needs more of a guerrilla mindset. You need to get in and get out. Get in, do your business, and get out. But when you get in and get out, make sure you don't go back in straight lines. So AJ, when he fights Ruiz, he's got to be able to. There's another thing that AJ hasn't got. He hasn't got a great jab. And he doesn't have to disrupt rhythm. So how do you disrupt rhythm? How do you beat a guy like Andy Ruiz? You disrupt his rhythm. You double and triple up the jab. Okay, you double and triple. Watch how Lewis fought Tua. That's the sort of way that Joshua's got to fight Tua. But if he tries to do that stuff that Lewis did against Tua, he's getting himself knocked out because you're doing what you don't normally do. Fighters fight in patterns. Remember, fighters fight in patterns. You see, Joshua tried that stuff in the first round against Ruiz. He came out, bouncing up in the jab, bouncing, bum, bum. How long did that last? How long did that stuff last? So all these things about he'll lose weight. Or lose weight to do what? What? Okay, you lose the weight. So what are you going to do? So you're going to lose the weight and box the same way again? Just the way that got you knocked down 4 times. If it's a lucky punch from the gods, then the gods don't like you very much. And there's no, and the fact that you said the gods were lucky the first time round, a lucky punch from the gods might not like you in the second time round. So it's like, okay, here's another example. Here's a very good example. Frank Bruno. Remember Frank Bruno? Frank Bruno, when he fought Oliver McCall. And Bruno was taught by his trainer to turn southpaw. You remember how he turned southpaw against Oliver McCall? And Bruno won smash the like button, people. Come on. And Oliver McCall, he turned southpaw against Oliver McCall. You remember that? And then Frank thought, all right, if I get in any trouble, I'm going to do the same thing to Mike Tyson. Uh-oh. That was the beginning of the end of Frank. Frank decided to turn southpaw against Mike Tyson. And then right hand, boom, right hand, left hook, right hand. We all saw what happened. Frank was on the canvas, looking up at Mike. Do you see what I mean? You can't just suddenly bring a strategy and turn southpaw just like that. People like Tyson Fury have always been able to box orthodox and southpaw. They've got that ability. The guys can do that. You know, De La Hoya was naturally a southpaw that boxed orthodox. That's why he had a very good left hook in him. He was a southpaw orthodox. He could box. From after he was a southpaw that boxed orthodox. That was the whole thing about De La Hoya. Who else was another guy like that? Naz. Naz could box southpaw and orthodox. He could switch it. But Joshua's not like that. He's not like that. So he's a man that wants to knock you out. That's his mentality. That's a mentality. So you're now having to alter your mentality. Not only alter your mentality, you're having to alter your body. The things you had where you could bully a man and you could fight a guy. Boots Ennis. By the way, just remember, BWTM brought you that exclusive interview with Ennis as well. Do check out BWTM with Ennis. Check out Bayloric TV with Ennis. We had him on this channel. I think we were the first to interview Ennis as well on this channel. So check it out when you do get a chance. So yeah, Andre Ward can do it. Miguel Cotto. These are guys who've got it deep inside the DNA. Go back and look at Joshua fights. And you tell me what he's done from the first part of his career to now. In fact, I think he's got worse. Because now he's boxing like he's a 6'2" fighter with his hands down by. You know who he actually looks like? You're going to laugh at me, but I watched an old tapes of Larry Holmes around the time when Larry Holmes made that comeback and he was fighting Butterbean and he was fighting Ray Mercer. That version of Larry Holmes. Go and watch those fights of Larry Holmes and go and watch AJ. Hand you down by the side, the jab, flicking the jab out. Go watch it. Go watch it. And I swear AJ's on YouTube watching boxing. I swear. And I mean, literally mimicking fighters. I swear it. Honestly. Because some of the things I'm seeing him do there, I'm thinking to myself, listen, it would be in your best interest to tuck your chin in behind your jab, right? And be jabbing here. And bring your jab back here. It'd be in your best interest. It would not be in your best interest to be jabbing from down here, predominantly because you haven't got a good chin. You trying to box at Larry Holmes? Larry Holmes could take a shot. Ali could take a shot. Foreman could take a shot. You can't take a shot. AJ fought smart. What do you mean AJ fought smart? Parker fought like a coward. And anytime Parker actually put the pressure on AJ panicked. Go back and look at the fight. And there were things I saw within the fight with Takam and with AJ. The part where Takam, remember AJ got hit on the head or on the nose, on his nose, and he stopped. Takam stopped. He stopped, and he looked at the referee. And I think to myself, well, what the hell? I'm watching here, and I could tell that point that mentally, AJ's a guy that likes it going his own way. You go back and look at the fight when he fought Klitschko. And go back and hear what AJ said going into the Klitschko fight, how nervous he was and how slow he started against Klitschko. Go back and look at that fight again. There are little sequences that you to watch. You know, AJ can't, I don't think AJ can help. If he gets clipped by Ruiz early, I don't think AJ will help himself. I think he's going to try and go for it again. But a scared fighter is a dangerous fighter. I'm not saying AJ ain't dangerous, because I think he'll fight scared. I think he'll fight scared. And the other thing is, another thing we need to think about, while you're losing weight physically, it's mental weight you need to lose. The pressure of the DAZN contract or the Matchroom contract, the pressure of, I must regain my titles, the pressure of getting beat by the fat guy and having to, you've done all that talking, now you have to beat the fat guy. You're going to Saudi Arabia. You were a failure in America. Now you have to go to Saudi Arabia. You were the flagship. You were the flagship of DAZN or Matchroom. You were the poster boy. Now you're no longer the champion. You're the challenger. You've been knocked out. You've been dropped 4 times. You're no longer invincible. You never were invincible. But now the world has seen you're not invincible. Andy Ruiz knows you're big, but you can't fight backing up. He knows if he hits you on the chin, you're a gunner. So for me, are they in competition, Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua? Are they both on a Weight Watcher program? And who does it benefit? Yeah, he doesn't. I spoke to Joshua the other day. He seems to be spending time with his family. He said he's taking downtime. He spends time in darkroom due to injury. I feel light affects the head. I'm not sure about what that means there, George Michael, but I'll take your word for it. But that's a problem for me. That's why Usyk is just hanging about now, and you're hearing Usyk talk about Wilder and Joshua. Like I said before, had Joshua beaten Ruiz, Usyk would be next in line. That was the plan for December this year, but obviously Alexander useless. Oh God, no man, come on, don't be like that. Don't be like that. You stay there. Stay there when them comments. I remember people saying the same rubbish about Evander Holyfield when he moved up from cruiserweight to heavyweight. Oh, Holyfield, he don't punch hard enough. If Holyfield is too small, Holyfield, yeah, Holyfield's not very good. Holyfield this, Holyfield that, Holyfield the other. Da. Holyfield becomes undisputed heavyweight champion. I ain't got no time. Usyk ain't no time for people doubting him. Listen, those within the sport that have sparred Alexander Usyk and have moved around Alexander Usyk and are good trainers and world-class trainers know that Usyk is no joke. I don't know about all that. All I know is that Usyk is a very talented fighter. Very talented fighter. A very talented fighter. Alexander, you suck. Okay, whatever. Yeah, just keep it the same way now. When he becomes champion, keep it the same way. There's not a lot of you guys switch. Evander's the only real name in how many years? What are you talking about? David Haye went up to heavyweight and from cruiserweight to heavyweight became heavyweight champion of the world. James Toney moved up and became heavyweight champion of the world. Roy Jones moved up and became heavyweight champion of the world. What are you talking about? Who else? Michael Moore moved from light heavyweight to become heavyweight champion of the world. David didn't become the man at heavyweight. I'm just telling you of people who became heavyweight champion of the world. Mike Tyson, 5'11", 5'10", or 5'9", 5'10", 200 what? 212, 215 pounds? Knocking over a guy 6'6", 6'7". So I don't understand. So I believe Usyk will become heavyweight champion of the world. A lot of people in here don't know boxing. So a lot of you don't know boxing. You're talking, right? You know, you're the same people that say, "Oh, Deontay Wilder can't box." So now you've got a pure boxer in Usyk. Oh, Usyk's useless. And then you'll say, "Well, Deontay Wilder can't punch." Okay. Oh no, Deontay Wilder can't box. Usyk can't punch, and Joshua can't take a punch. So who? And Tyson Fury moves around too much and don't punch hard enough. So who is it? Usyk is already past 30, and so what? What's that got to do with anything? There are guys that get better as they get older. Long time, mate. Joshua wins stoppage. We do know the same people. If we see John Ramos say Sharif, he says hello. We are school buds. Okay. New to your channel, and Walter. Introduce yourself to me. I think I'll introduce myself by just going on the YouTube channel and check out the 2.7 million views. You can watch that. It's not going to happen. So you mean to tell me the performance Usyk put on Saturday, he can compete with the elites of the heavyweight division? I'm telling you now, fact, that Usyk hadn't fought for a while. This is his first fight. 3 guys. He was meant to fight Sprong. He was meant to fight Takam. Then he was meant to fight Sprong. Now he's ended up fighting Chaz Witherspoon, who fought negatively. If Chaz Witherspoon had come forward to come and have a fight, he would have knocked Chaz Witherspoon out. So please stop it. Boxing is about styles and about chemistry. And guys like Usyk need guys like Chaz Witherspoon to go at him. Chaz Witherspoon is an experienced pro. He didn't want to get knocked out in there. So Chaz Witherspoon stood behind a guard, tucked up, threw the odd right hand, and Usyk took no chances whatsoever. Why do you want to take chances? To prove to the fans and get yourself knocked out stupid? No. Stop it. 7 fights in 8 years. Okay. Chaz Witherspoon is still experienced heavyweight. He's still experienced heavyweight. You know, Usyk will do well. I've got no doubt about it. But please keep your comments in this section here. Keep your comments in section right here about Alexander Usyk, please, because I didn't think, for me, and I know I've known Usyk for a long time, I didn't think Usyk moved through the gears. I think Usyk was in cruise control for that fight. I didn't think he showed any gears for me. He just did the same old thing, but he didn't do anything. He didn't go through the gears for me. He just was on cruise control. He fought a dude who had 4 days to prepare for the fight, who's ranked 87 or something. Dude, you are delusional. I'm delusional. Yeah, okay, I'm delusional. Okay, I'm delusional. All right, I'm delusional. I'm delusional. Okay, well, I don't know about delusional. I'll keep telling you, oh, don't listen to me, but it's okay. But I think, we've had a history of predicting world champions. We've done not bad so far over on Bayloric TV. We've brought you all the champions, from Tyson Fury to Deontay Wilder to Bermane Stiverne to Tyson Fury to Alexander Usyk. From Terence Crawford to Keith Thurman, before the grassroots, before they became champion. Okay, and I'm telling you now that Alexander Usyk will become heavyweight champion. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, he'll become heavyweight champion of the world. Foot speed, hand speed, boxing IQ, ring IQ key. He's going to make a lot of guys miss and make them pay. I'm telling you, the one guy that decides to get brave at Usyk and come forward is going to get himself knocked out. Mark my words, the guys who come forward to Usyk will get himself knocked out. Just wait and see. Wait and see. This guy was negative. Chaz Witherspoon did not come to fight. Chaz Witherspoon came to survive. I like to say how everyone just was talking crap about Usyk. Well, okay, wait and see. Everyone's talking all this stuff now. Talk all your stuff now. So it's okay. It's okay. But all your stuff that are talking now, do you hear in the gym that Usyk getting knocked out by heavyweights? Do you hear in the gym that Usyk getting knocked out by heavyweights? I don't hear Usyk getting knocked out by heavyweights. This is a guy that's been sparring consistently with Vladimir Klitschko, consistently with Sorenko, Povetkin. This is a guy that spars with some of the top heavyweights in the world. Okay, Usyk just took his time, didn't move out of first gear against a guy who didn't come to fight. And if that's how you're making your assessment of Alexander Usyk, then my friend, gotta tell you what, put your money where your mouth is and say that Usyk won't become a heavyweight champion of the world. Go and put your money on it. Go put your money where your mouth is and say Usyk won't become a heavyweight champion of the world. So I don't want to listen. I'm not listening to that nonsense. I'm not listening to that nonsense. And I've got, bro, listen to me. Evander Holyfield fought guys like Alex Stewart, all right? And he didn't look great against Alex Stewart. Evander Holyfield got wobbled by Burt Cooper, okay? Evander Holyfield, when he fought Bobby Cheers before he fought Mike Tyson, people said, Bobby Cheers gave Holyfield the fight of his life. Holyfield can't beat Tyson. And Holyfield went out and beat Tyson. I predicted Holyfield would go and beat Tyson. Guys, you got to understand the history of the sport. Evander Holyfield fought Bobby Cheers and looked terrible. So please, don't judge one fight. Chaz Witherspoon's one fight. It's been out a year. Give Usyk a chance. Let's see Usyk fight again. And I hope Alexander Usyk doesn't listen to the nonsense that people are talking and he keeps boxing the way that he boxes. Usyk has got, if you cannot see with your own eyes that Usyk is a very talented heavyweight boxer, if you cannot see the skill set this man has got, these guys, remember, Alexander Usyk, for those who are not in the knowledge, Alexander Usyk fought as a super heavyweight. He didn't fight as a heavyweight, he fought as a super heavyweight. So remember this. Well, if he won't get, okay, if you say so. So, it's the same nonsense I hear about Michael Hunter. Well, Mike Hunter's not big, Mike Hunter's not strong, Mike Hunter's not this, and Mike Hunter keep dropping these big heavyweights and keeps beating up these big heavyweights, but he keep talking. So yeah, Witherspoon was out 7 months. Usyk was out for 11 months. Guy moved from cruiserweight to heavyweight. First fight. So I've said Michael Hunter again is one of the best heavyweights in the world. So for me, For me, I am with. Whoa, nobody said anything about Hunter. Hunter's fighting consistently and regularly, right? So I'm a big Hunter fan, big Hunter fan. You know, but I'm a big Usyk fan as well. So I don't care. For me, forget Herkovich, man. Herkovich, wait, watch and see what happens with Herkovich. Watch and see what happens with Herkovich. You're all talking about Herkovich. It's all right. You all don't listen. So you have to feel to understand. No. So, of course, people don't understand. I'm not a big fan of Herkovich, I have to say. I'm not a big fan of him. So, as I said before, I'm a big fan. I believe Usyk becomes heavyweight champion. I've got no doubt about that. So Usyk just needs to fight. Listen, Usyk just needs to fight regularly. I know no top opposition. He needs to fight regularly. Watch the transition of heavyweight when Evander Holyfield moved from cruiserweight to heavyweight, and even when he was heavyweight champion of the world, you would never have thought. Go and look at Holyfield's fight when he fought Bobby Ches. You probably won't even know when that fight was. Go back and fight Evander Holyfield against Bobby Ches. That's a fight before Evander Holyfield fought Mike Tyson. So just go back and look at that fight. Go back and look at that fight. I advise you to go back and watch Evander Holyfield versus Bobby Ches. Look at that fight, knowing that Evander Holyfield is going to fight Mike Tyson in his next fight. And you look at the Bobby Ches fight, and you honest to me, look me in the eye and tell me, oh yeah, Evander Holyfield is going to go on and beat Mike Tyson. Shout out to Mike Biggs Boxing. How you doing, champ? Go back and look at that. So yeah, there we go. So that just think about that. And then you look at Evander Holyfield when he fought Michael Moorer the first fight, and he comes back in the second fight and beats Michael Moorer. I'm giving you examples. Actually, Usyk is better skilled than Evander Holyfield. Evander Holyfield defensively wasn't responsible. Evander Holyfield took a whole heap of punches. All right. Skill-wise, Usyk is better skilled. Good foot movement, in and out, boxer, mover. Holyfield struggled against guys that could box and move. Look at him. Look at what Chris Bird did to him. Look at what Chris Bird did to Evander Holyfield. Look at what what's his name? Another mover. Movers. Evander Holyfield always struggled against movers. Always struggled against movers. So Alexander Usyk was so unimpressive. You telling others to watch other fighters fight to justify the snoofers. Usyk's gonna. Oh dear me. All right. Okay. Mate, a genuine criticism from what? What are you criticizing based on? What are you basing your criticism off? I'm saying to you, the guy's not fought in 11 months. He's moved from cruiserweight to heavyweight. His last fight was knocking out Tony Bellew, right? He moves up to heavyweight. And he is his first fight against Chaz Witherspoon. One fight. So I believe Usyk will be fresher in heavyweights than Evander was moving up. I agree. My criticism is the guy is a unified cruiserweight champion. He called that Wilder, and that's the problem he delivered. You got to understand why he called that Wilder. He's only called out Wilder to draw attention to his own fight. You got to remember, Usyk is on one network, Wilder is on another network. That's business. That's only business. That's business. That's all it is, for people to be talking as you're talking now. So you're talking about Usyk, and that's fine. You're talking about Usyk. That's why he's talking stuff about, oh yeah, Wilder's the easiest fight and blah blah blah. That's promotional stuff. I'm telling you now, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again, and I'll keep on saying it. You won't listen to me. Should AJ get his ass whooped by Ruiz in the rematch, Usyk's going to be the guy that they're going to use to be pushing in the heavyweight division. Wait and see. So yeah, that's the way I see it. I don't. For me, as far as I'm concerned, Usyk is still one of the best heavyweights in the world with me, and I will keep on saying and keep on saying. No matter how much you tell me, keep on saying it. He's one of the best heavyweights in the world. A tier fight I would like to see actually, Usyk versus Pulev. That's a fight I'd like to see. If Jamal Charlo goes and looks like how Usyk did, would Charlo get praise? Listen, get this guy Romano Zorro out the room, please. Completely, get him out the room. Get him out the room. I see what the agenda is here. I'm not interested in it. Get him out the room. Get him out the room, please. Get him completely out the room. Thank you. So again, I know people have not seen the World Series of Boxing. I know. So he was fighting that as a super heavyweight. So yeah, smash the like button if you're in the room, please. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do hit the subscribe button. The fact of the matter is, on one fight, yeah, I get what you're saying, but he's a heavyweight. He's an established heavyweight. He's a guy that everybody seems to talk about. Pulev, he's good enough. He's good enough for Anthony Joshua. So Pulev, you know what I mean? Pulev is a legit heavyweight. He's a legit heavyweight. He's beaten other heavyweights around. He's just come off a win. He's just come off a couple of good wins. Pulev, good fight. Decent size heavyweight, works off the jab. And he's got a jab, so he will give Usyk a different look. He's got a different look there. He's got a good jab. He'll give Usyk a different look. And we'll know a little bit more about Alexander Usyk, heavyweight. So yeah, I only use that I threw the Pulev name out there as a name that's known in Europe, fights in it. He's got that thing with Top Rank now as well now. So yeah, Usyk Pulev, I see that, and he gets the IBF mandatory spot as well. They won't fight, obviously. I was watching Hagler versus Monroe in Philly before you were born, bro. Usyk isn't Holyfield or Mora. No, nobody's saying he is Holyfield or Mora. I'm giving you examples. Listen, bro. Listen. You didn't hear me say Evander Holyfield and Usyk. Evander Holyfield was Usyk. I didn't say that. I said I used comparisons of fights where guys didn't look good in their fights previous to fighting for the world title. Or Usyk or Holyfield didn't look good against Bobby Ches, right? And Ches was a smaller guy, a cruiserweight fighting a heavyweight against Evander Holyfield, and Ches made Holyfield look bad on that night. The next fight was against Evander Holyfield fought Mike Tyson. That is my example. Please don't take me out of context. Please listen to me, to what I'm saying. Don't misquote what I'm saying. Please don't. So yeah, that's it really. But my conversation really, I go back to the yeah, I go back to the conversation I was saying earlier about Ruiz and Joshua. And yeah, who will the weight suit better losing the weight? Will it affect Joshua more or will it affect Ruiz more? So yeah, Marius Breedis is a good fight. Hey, you mean the same Marius Breedis that knocked out the current heavyweight champion of the world, Manuel Shah? That Marius Breedis? Yeah, Breeze is a good fighter, man. Breeze is a very good fighter. Breeze is a very good fighter. Ruiz is a very good fighter. Another very good fighter. And he showed he's got the power at heavyweight, knocking out Manuel Shah. So yeah. Yes, that was a fight. The Holyfield chairs Lewis Mercer that night. Yep. Ingram, what commission in Saudi Arabia and what ref? I ain't got no clue, mate. I've got no idea. Doesn't mean because you're good, you walk. It doesn't mean you walk for everyone in boxing. I agree with this point as well. I don't think Usyk's style will ever look good against guys that are negative. I don't, because you've got to open those type of guys up. Those old guys, veteran guys, you got to open them guys up. Them guys don't want to fight. Them guys don't want to take chances. So yeah. Right, I'm done. All right. Thank you all for watching. I'm out of here. Take care.